It's breaking news here at the What Are We Doing podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the MD Foodies boys, the Maryland Foodies boys have officially consumed Taco Bell.
What are we doing?
Take a look.
Yeah, I never had Taco Bell.
We're trying the soft taco. This segment is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Of course
Also on
it
these
is.
tacos are lettuce, which never had lettuce.
How do you never have lettuce?
He took some off actually before this, so
Yeah.
don't let him fool you guys.
It's a really good taco.
Yeah.
That's a really good taco.
I do like it.
The sauce is really good. But yeah, the meat has like a good like taco flavor.
Yeah.
I do like it.
The lettuce also adds a little to it, like a little crunch to it. You like the lettuce?
You like it, Biff?
Yeah.
Sure, yep.
He's coming around
I
on
thought
the
it was
lettuce,
really good
folks.
Taco. My first time having Taco Bell, I thought it was really good. Lived up to the hype. Yeah, Taco Bell's definitely McLovin approves.
So these three children who or four children, they're four teenagers who presumably have parents who can afford all of the podcast equipment they need. Now, their names are as follows, and I'm not making this up. They gave themselves these names. I think they all took a vote, like Lord of the Flies style. Like they're trapped on an island. They've got to come up with names for themselves because this is the society they live in now, private island world. We're podcasters. We need names. So the main guy who runs the ship, okay, his name is Chub Perm. He doesn't have a perm. His hair is just super curly, and he's a little chubby, so they call him Chub Perm. Who else do we have? We have No Name, we have Nonchalant, and we have McLovin. Hey, not original, change it.
What are we doing?
A name's been taken. So you have to change it, unfortunately, or I'll be on the phone with the lawyers. And we all know how much I hate paying for those phone calls. So let's change it. And so these four boys have taken the internet by storm. They have immaculated hundreds of thousands of followers and views and streams across most platforms. They're on, Tim Dillon's podcast. They're on this podcast. They're gallivanting around New York City last week with none other than Dave Portnoy doing pizza reviews. They're dropping like one a day all week long. And so the MD Maryland Foodies with a Z, you have to have the Z, of course, Foodies Boyz podcast is taking over. And I mean, when I tell you that the content that these children are creating, I mean, has no entertainment value whatsoever. Believe me, you should be listening to this podcast instead of theirs. It's way more entertaining.
What are we doing?
And so when I tell you that they have just this way, this dead-eyed, like half of them, potentially, in my opinion, one or two of them, probably Nonchalant and No Name, will most likely have some form of a record down at the police station by the time they hit their 18th birthday. But the way they have these conversations is they just talk about the most basic shit. And when I tell you, it reels you in. They're like hypnotists in their own sense of the way. They're like magicians in the way that you are just 100% locked in, to the point where like a week ago, I'm watching a video of these guys and they're simply just discussing cheese versus pepperoni, okay? Like these are the hard-hitting, heavy topics the MD Foodies boys are discussing on a weekly basis. And when I tell you, it felt like I was listening to them discuss cheese versus pepperoni. Spoiler alert, they don't really F's with peps, you know what I'm saying? So basically, it felt like 30 minutes when in reality it was 30 seconds. Just listen to the children speak about cheese on pepperoni.
On a pizza.
If I had to choose, it'd probably be like pepperoni, but I'm just a regular cheese guy.
Same.
I just do cheese. I just do cheese. I don't really like pepperoni. It's kind of a weird taste.
I'll do pepperoni, but same thing. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of people are big pepperoni fans.
I think meat lovers too. I have meat lovers go.
I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of like the sausage in general.
I've never had a meat lovers.
So do you understand now? So basically, as you can see in this clip, once again, Chub Perm dominates the conversation. It's almost like everyone is super scared to go against him. Chub Perm is obviously the leader. So if you go against his opinion, you saw him set that at the top of the clip. He's like, yo, I don't really have some peps. It's cheese only for me. And then the other three followed suit. Chub Perm is reigning supreme. And time again, he takes the lead with McLovin's help. Name, change it. And, No Name and Nonchalant guy just kind of follow suit and agree to their opinions and everything else that they're discussing. So essentially, at the end of the day, what you can expect is it's Chub Perm's show. Okay, if anyone's going to go become the next kid on Stranger Things, because that's what they all essentially resemble, it's going to be Chub Perm, and he's going to probably leave the other three in the dust behind him.
What are we doing?
You see, oh, holy shit. That whole rant, do you see how it just sucks you in? Do you see how these four children just suck you into the ever-living shit of the focus that they are discussing? I mean, the same clip, 30 more seconds, they're talking about cereal. They're having Taco Bell for the first time, sponsored by Taco Bell. We're 5 years into this podcast and Liquid Death still hasn't called.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? I'm on the line with BJ's Wholesale. I'm on the line with Raising Cane's. I'm trying to get 7 Brews involved. You know what I mean? I'm calling brands. Literally, I applied for a job at one of those organizations this week just to get their attention and be like, hey, Levi, what's up? Let's talk. Like, I am shooting my shot this year more often than not, and I'm getting real good at it, and I'm getting real good results. Like, I've got a note into a small car dealership down the street to give me a smart car with Lambo doors on it that inevitably won't cost me a penny.
What are we doing?
So we've got to figure out how to get on this sponsor trend like the MD Foodies boys. Okay, and I mean, these kids, they're taking off. I mean, look, the kids are on Cameo, of course, for 150 bones. You can book a 30 to 60 second video with all 4 of the Foodies boys, McLovin, Nonchalant, No Name, Chub Perm, Perm Chub, whatever, I don't know. And they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. I might have to buy one. And you know what I mean? Speaking of, hey, shameless plug, you know who else is on Cameo? It's me. So while you are spending $150 on the Foodies boys, giving you the Cameo that you need for the week, what you should do also, in addition to that, because if you have $150, you have an additional $3 in the bank account to cover one additional Cameo from me. So once you're done with the MD Foodies boys, go up to the search bar, type in Levi McCurdy, get yourself a Cameo from me. And so I'll take whatever instructions you write in the thingy thing. I'll make you an even longer thing that you paid for, so you definitely get your money's worth. And it's only $3. So why the fuck not?
What are we doing?
They're on Cameo. You can ask them questions. You can get advice. They have, oh, look, they did a Valentine's Day. They did a bunch of Valentine's Days. The MD Foodies boys are making their rounds. And these are now, I'm hoping what happens here is that we're done with the Costco boys, because they just got cheese bakes and chocolate chip cookies, and he did the wrestling match, and they did the booms, and we're done with the booms. You know what I mean? We're done with the booms. So if we can replace the Costco family with the MD Foodies boys, I think it'd be best for society, the country, the current administration, this podcast, pretty much everything going on within your life and the atmosphere in which you and your family lives. I think all of our lives would improve if we just simply, as society and TikTok and the algorithm, we all unanimously decide that we are going to cancel and be done with the Costco family and Big Justice and the Rizzler and the kid and the mom and Ashley and the logos and the booms and the wrestling and like Pokemon cards. Holy shit. It's like there's no more content to be created for the Costco family. I need them replaced by the MD Foodie Boyz 100% tenfold.
What are we doing?